16 WAPT News at 10 starts now.
Tell us what happened, Cordell. Breaking news. Investigators think they've found the body of a missing woman from Rankin County. Why they believe this man knows something about it. Plus, a mystery in Macomb. Police want to know who was bold enough to steal playground equipment. And the dance is over for one celebrity on Dancing with the Stars, who could not survive the first week of the All-Stars season.
Now, your weather first.
Terrific weather over the southern states, and I expect that to continue. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. Now, in the northern periphery of the fair weather maker, a lot of storms across Oklahoma and some rough weather up in St. Louis, across southern Illinois tonight. That weather is not headed this way anytime soon, but we could see some rain in the near future, and I'll tell you when coming up.
All right, David, thank you so much. We start with breaking news tonight. Investigators say a body found just hours ago could be that of a woman who disappeared today in Rankin County. We've got some video just into our newsroom. We're told this is where the body was discovered along West County Line Road near Tougaloo College. We were there when police arrested Cottrell Rose, who was spotted in Jackson in Lenora Edhagard's car. 16 WAPT's Aaron Kelly is live with more late-breaking information for us. Aaron.
Good evening, Stephanie. We were here earlier this evening as officers streamed into those doors here at the Walmart to capture Cottrell Rose. They've now charged him with the murder of Lenora Edhagard, and that charge comes hours after they spent the day searching for him. A stream of officers filled the Walmart in Jackson to capture a man they say is connected to a missing Rankin County woman. Minutes later, deputies walked out Cottrell Rose. They say he was hiding behind a Coke machine.
Can you tell us what happened, Cordell?
Before the arrest, law enforcement from Rankin and Hinds County and members of the SWAT team had the parking lot surrounded.
Well, we had a report of a missing person this morning from Rankin County.
Deputies say 60-year-old Lenora Edhagard of Rankin County never showed up for work Tuesday. Later, officers say they found Rose in Edhagard's car at Walmart.
It started to display a weapon at one of my investigators. They drew down on him, told him to drop the weapon, ready to shoot, and told him to stop fleeing. He dropped the weapon, but he continued to run.
Robin Hedrick and her son were inside the store.
I hear a man's voice yelling, "Get down," that's all I know.
What was going through your head?
I grabbed him and we moved to as far back as we could.
Everybody on panic mode, wondering why all the cops and stuff was outside. Other than that, it's pretty.
Now, right now, we do not have a cause of death. However, District Attorney Michael Guest says they believe it could be strangulation. Again, Rose has been charged with murder. He'll appear before a judge on Thursday. Live in Jackson, Aaron Kelly, 16 WAPT News.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much for that update. Again, a body found in Madison County just a few hours ago, maybe that of Lenora Edhagard, who disappeared earlier today. Police arrested Cottrell Rose, who they saw running from her car. We'll have more on this story on 16 WAPT News this morning, beginning at 4:30 and at WAPT.com. Jackson police are looking for the men behind a morning home invasion and rape. They say two women were inside a home on Woody Drive when the men stormed in and ransacked the place. Then police say one of the men sexually assaulted one of the women. Investigators say they're not sure how the men got in. They are investigating if they targeted that house because of who was inside. The crime has neighbors rattled.
I'm just so devastated about that because I have a young daughter. She's in college. And I will be hurt if somebody come in on her.
Police are searching that area for clues. And police want you to look at the surveillance video from a robbery Sunday. Witnesses say the gunman walked in Family Dollar and forced a worker to open the safe at gunpoint. Police say he got away with a substantial amount of money, but they won't say how much. Investigators in Macomb are looking for a thief who stole from the kids in the community. An entire playground was taken overnight. As 16 WAPT Scott Simmons explains, it's going to take thousands of dollars to replace it.
At the Macomb Sports Complex, it is a baffling and disturbing mystery to residents who live right next door.
I just don't know how they get it because the gates they'd be locked. How they get through here?
How could a stranger just walk up and do this here? So it have to be an inside job. That's what I'm assuming.
How crooks managed to break into the Recreation Department work building and rip off $8,000 worth of goods. The city had to rush to replace the equipment because the kids who play at this park count on it.
And of course, people may say, well, don't your insurance cover that? But when you have a $10,000 deductible, that $8,000 does not even reach the deductible level.
At a time when money is tight for the city, this crime hits hard.
The thieves had quite a haul. They took tools off of this wall. They even took weed eaters and chainsaws, but they didn't stop there. This is the part that has got to make you shake your head. The thieves somehow stole a set of bleachers just like this and drove right out of the complex.
Macomb police say it was a bold crime and not the only time they have been hit recently. They say the city isn't the only victim.
You affect the children, you affect the neighborhood. The sports park is actually put over there to enhance the neighborhood.
Investigators say the thieves can only cash in on their crime if they sell what they stole.
What I ask the public to do is when people come to your house or come to your neighborhood and trying to sell some of these items, give us a call.
A crime against a park set up to give kids an alternative to getting into trouble. Police are hoping to score the information to arrest those who did it. In Macomb, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
If you know who broke into the Macomb Sports Complex, or if you have any information on the home invasion or the Family Dollar holdup, call Crime Stoppers tonight at 601-355-TIPS. Officers are working tonight to get a parchment escapee back to Mississippi. Michael Dowda was found in Macon, Georgia. U.S. Marshals arrested him just after midnight at a motel parking lot. Officers say Dowda had painted a stolen white Chevy truck with black spray paint. He was hiding in the back seat and he had 2 handguns. Dowda escaped from Parchman Saturday, where he was serving a life sentence for a 1996 murder in Harrison County. He's facing new charges, including escape. Folks in Hinds County are relieved tonight after they won a battle over trash.
Praise God!
And you can hear they celebrated because the Hinds County Planning Commission voted against allowing Faircloth landfill to expand. The landfill is along McRaven and Sywell roads. Neighbors say it stinks and hurts their property values. The landfill company says it'll run out of space for trash in 10 years.
It has about a 10-year capacity left. In order to be in compliance with the 20-year plan, it is necessary that Faircloth be allowed to expand its operation.
The appraiser took 10% off my newly remodeled home off the top simply because it was located adjacent to this landfill or near this landfill.
The landfill company has 15 days to appeal that decision. The deadline to register to vote is days away. Mississippi voters have until October 6th to register to be able to vote in November. The Mississippi Secretary of State's website has an online form you can submit. You can also go to the Secretary of State's office, DMV, or your county circuit clerk's office to register. The focus is on foreign policy in the race for the White House. President Obama addressed the United Nations, and Mitt Romney shared an unlikely stage with a political foe to push a new foreign aid plan. 16 WAPT's Sally Kidd has more from Washington.
Addressing the United Nations,
is a crude and disgusting video.
President Obama condemned the anti-Muslim video blamed for sparking the attack on the U.S. Embassy in Libya, calling the violence that left a U.S. ambassador and 3 other Americans dead an attack on America.
There should be no doubt that we will be relentless in tracking down the killers and bringing them to justice.
While the speech was delivered before foreign leaders, it was also aimed at American voters.
The fear for Obama politically is that Americans see him as weak, which is why he gives much more of a hard-line, firm stance at the United Nations today.
Republican Mitt Romney addressed the Clinton Global Initiative, unveiling a new approach to foreign aid that targets barriers to investment and trade in developing nations.
In exchange for removing those barriers and opening their markets to U.S. investment and trade, developing nations will receive U.S. assistance packages.
And he joked about sharing the stage with a political adversary.
If there's one thing we've learned in this election season, by the way, it is that a few words from Bill Clinton can do a man a lot of good.
Analysts say the appearance may indeed help Romney.
It certainly could be a boost if it allows people who are tentative about Romney, basically seeing him addressing this prestigious international group.
Now, both campaigns will be in Ohio on Wednesday. Romney arrived there this afternoon to start a two-day bus tour. The president gets there tomorrow afternoon. Reporting from Washington, I'm Sally Kidd.
The two candidates will face off in the first of 3 debates next week in Denver. And if you want to keep up with the presidential election, we do have an app for that. Just search for Commitment 2012 on your smartphone or iPad. Then click 16 WAPT. The election app will have all of our latest stories and everything you need to know before Election Day. A war hero received a well-deserved honor.
This is your medal right here, sir. I really appreciate your service. It's my honor to do this.
Montford Point Marine John Jones received a Congressional Gold Medal today. Jones was recognized as one of the 20,000 African-American men to serve in the Marine Corps during World War II, breaking the color barrier. Jones is now in his 80s.
It is quite an honor for us, long overdue, but we're very proud, and it's fortunate that he's still around to receive it.
The Montford Point Marines distinguished themselves in combat during World War II, but they never got the attention they deserved. Last year, the House of Representatives voted unanimously to award the Montford Point Marines the Congressional Gold Medal, which is the nation's highest civilian honor. A driver in a stolen car takes police on a wild ride. Wait until you find out who was behind the wheel. And one and done for a celebrity on Dancing with the Stars. Find out who's finished after one dance next.
First thing Wednesday morning, sun up right before 7 a.m. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures will be in the 60s. Very, very comfortable. However, we will warm up quickly. Question is, will we hit 90 this week? I'll answer that coming up. You're watching 16 WAPT News.
The Associated Press Best Newscast in Mississippi and an Emmy Award for Best Newscast in the Southeast region. This is 16 WAPT News.